Good Wednesday evening, everyone. And we have a lot going on in the weather department over the next 4 to 5 days, starting tonight, going all the way through Sunday as we are undergoing a pattern change across the central part of the United States. All right, if you're just now joining us, please click that thumbs up and that like button, comment where you're from, and share this with your friends and family. We have to get the word out about the significant severe weather, and there's going to be flooding that's going to be coming with this as well, with upwards of 8+ inches of rain across parts of the area. So we got to get the word out across across the board out there. All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break it down into basically segments here. Going to go over the severe weather, then we're going to go over heavy rain threats, and then we're going to go over future radar over the next couple days, kind of show you a little bit of timing. There is a little bit of discrepancies on timing as these short waves, these pieces of energy come out of the southwestern United States and really slam into this warm and moist air across the central and southern plains starting tomorrow. So let's get right into that. All right, just warning you, this is going to be probably a pretty long live. We have a lot of stuff to go over. So if you're watching later on, you can probably fast forward or rewind as well. Okay, so starting tomorrow, there is an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms from western Kansas southward through the eastern Texas panhandle, western Oklahoma into northwest Texas. Scattered severe thunderstorms are expected from late Thursday afternoon into Thursday night across parts of the central and southern Great Plains. Very large hail, damaging, destructive hail in excess of 2 inches in diameter. So we're probably talking hen eggs to baseball size hail possible Wind gusts in excess of probably 60, 70 plus miles an hour, maybe even higher than that, and strong tornadoes in excess of EF2 or greater across Tornado Alley here. Finally talking about Tornado Alley. We've been talking about Dixie Alley and even up towards Ohio through most of the spring, and now Tornado Alley's finally getting into some action here, which is going to be some good news with rainfall, but bad news with the significant severe weather that's coming over the next few days. All right, let's take a look at the risks for tomorrow, as a lot of them are pretty significant across the board. All right, if you watch my live a lot, then you know what the black hatched area means. Significant tornadoes could be possible in this black hatched area of parts of Texas and Oklahoma and parts of Kansas. Few locations here: Garden City, Dodge City, Hayes, Kansas, Great Bend, Kansas, and down towards Woodward, Oklahoma. Is just a few areas that could have a pretty strong tornado tomorrow in excess of EF2 or greater. That yellow hatched area, probability of a tornado within 10 to 14%, within 25 miles at any given point. Brown, 5 to 9%. And then the green area is 2 to 4% across that area. All right, the next biggest threat for tomorrow is significant destructive hail. I call it gorilla hail because it's going to be enough to basically just wreck your cars, roofs, anything like that. So, probabilities of significant hail in excess of 2 inches in diameter is possible. So, we're talking probably baseball size, maybe softball size. We'll see how this plays out. But in that red area, there's a probabilities of severe hail are very high across parts of that red area, parts of Texas, up to the panhandles of Oklahoma here, western Oklahoma, and up to parts of Kansas as well. So, gotta stay weather aware tomorrow afternoon to tomorrow night. And this is just the day one of the severe weather coming up. We're going to be talking about this all weekend long, and then we're going to have some heavy rain to deal with as well, starting even tonight. And we're going to go over that in future radar here in just a few minutes. Alrighty, as we go into Friday, a very active severe weather event is possible across the yellow areas here. So, like I said, active severe weather day appears possible on Friday from parts of Nebraska and Iowa, southward into parts of the southern Great Plains and the Ozarks. Few tornadoes, very large hails possible, and damaging straight line winds all possible as well. So this is the day 3 outlook. There's going to be changes over the next few days. So stay with us here, especially over on our Facebook page. But we're going to start having Facebook Lives now probably every night going over the threats over the next few days. Okay, so stay with us here over the next 4 to 5 days, because it's going to be very active across the area and very impactful severe weather and possibly flooding across the area. So stay with us here on Facebook and YouTube for the latest. So as you can see on Friday, the Storm Prediction Center is already depicting, like I said, this is a day 3 outlook of significant severe weather all the way from northeastern Texas through eastern Oklahoma, most of western and northwestern Arkansas, all of western half of Missouri, far eastern Kansas, up to southwestern, basically quarter of or third of Iowa, for significant severe weather in tunes of hail, maybe some strong tornadoes out there, and some very, very damaging winds across the area. So this is day 2 of the severe weather event, and this is going to be a very prolonged event going all the way through the weekend. Okay, so this is just the first wave that's coming through here, moving east, and then Saturday we're going to be talking back west again, and let me show you that. All right, day 4 outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. This is Saturday. As we go back west into central Oklahoma, parts basically from Norman, Oklahoma City, up to the Wichita area already enhanced risk out here. This is the biggest risk you can put out for past day three. So within 3 days tomorrow. So we'll see what the risk is like. But a big shot of energy is coming out of the southwest with a lot of energy and severe weather dynamics coming in to this parts of the region on Saturday. Like I said, parts of far northern Texas, right around the Red River, up towards central Oklahoma, through possibly Tulsa, up towards Wichita, into southeastern Kansas, and then we got a risk all the way up to northwestern Arkansas, most of western and northern Missouri, and then up towards eastern Iowa, all the way up to Wisconsin as far as Saturday. So all modes of severe weather will be possible on this day as well. I would probably venture a guess there's going to be some very strong tornadoes out there, especially across Oklahoma and southern Kansas. So we have to stay up on the weather this weekend. And now it's time to brush up on your severe weather preparedness and know where to go when you have a tornado warning in your area, because this is looking like a very dynamic severe weather setup that's coming into the region for most of the next 4 to 5 days. So we have to stay up on the weather, like I said. Alrighty, so let's take a look at Sunday. Sunday, this presses east into eastern Oklahoma, northeastern Texas, northwestern parts of Louisiana, most of basically the western three quarters of Arkansas, up towards most of central Missouri, in through western Illinois, eastern Iowa again. So, like I said, we're not playing. This is going to be a very dynamic setup as we go over the next 4 to 5 days across the area. All right, let's take a look at future rainfall, because this could be pretty significant rainfall over the next 4 to 5 days across parts of the area here. All right, we'll go over future radar here in just a few minutes, but this is just possible rainfall over the next 24 hours. So by this time tomorrow night, there could be 2 to 3 inches of rainfall already that fell across northeastern Oklahoma into northwest Arkansas. This is all depending on the setup where this warm front kind of sets up over the area. I'm going to show you the different models here in just a few minutes, because some are taking this a little bit further north, northeast. Some of it's keeping it right around where the Weather Prediction Center has the bulk of the precipitation here. But a general possible 1 to 3 inches of rainfall over the next 24 hours could be possible, even as far northeast as southwest Missouri, or it could stay right around into northeastern Oklahoma into northwest Arkansas. But a general, like I said, 1 to 3 inches is possible across southwestern Missouri into northwestern Arkansas, into the Ozarks here, northeastern Oklahoma, and then parts of Kansas. Like I said, this is just over the next 24 hours. Okay. Now let's take this all the way through the weekend, through Monday night. This is from basically tonight through Monday night. We're talking possibly a band here. This will change a little bit. This may go a little bit further northeast, may go a little bit stay where it's at. But the Ozarks of Arkansas and the northeastern Oklahoma are targeted at the moment for a possible 5 to 8 inch swath of rain through Monday. It's going to be multiple rounds of rain. So this first bout that's coming tonight is going to saturate the ground up, and then we're going to have multiple rounds of rain all the way through the weekend, and heavy rain at that, especially if you get training of thunderstorms that come through this area. But a general 2 to 4 inches possible through most of Arkansas, most of eastern half of Oklahoma, northeastern parts of Texas, northern parts of Louisiana, then general 2 to 4, even all the way up through Missouri, through parts of eastern Iowa into western Illinois, even. So it's going to be a very soggy weekend, and very flash flood risk is going to go way up as we go throughout the weekend through this area. Okay, so like I said, this is just through Monday night with possible up to 8 inch, locally 8 to 9 inch amounts, maybe across parts of the Ozarks and Arkansas and parts of northeastern Oklahoma as of right now. So this could change, but this could meander. This heavier bands of rain could meander a little bit further northeast, a little bit further southwest. This depends on where these warm fronts set up and where this ingredients, basically the systems, all the energy comes out of the southwestern United States. Really, just where that track is and where all these storms is basically line up and basically collide and just basically keep training over some of the same areas. Okay, so flash flood risk will definitely go up across parts, especially Arkansas, Missouri, maybe even parts of Iowa into Kansas and Oklahoma, maybe northeastern Texas as we go throughout the weekend. Okay, all right, let's get into future radar. All right, as you can see for tonight, like I said, there's a warm front kind of draped through parts of Kansas, all the way through parts of maybe central Oklahoma, down through parts of western Arkansas. And you can see there's already some development here, parts of eastern Kansas. This is going to slowly meander us east southeast as we go throughout the night and intensify because we're going to get a low level jet that's going to kick in and then go up and over this warm front, and it's going to be some very heavy rains throughout parts of the Ozarks and into northeastern Oklahoma and eastern parts of Kansas tonight. And as you can see, we have storm chasers on the move. We have Brad Arnold that's already down here across Oklahoma, driving towards the basically western Oklahoma. Tonight we have some that are stationed out here towards Texas already. We have Ryan Hally'all's Hall Force One going down I-44 right now. I'm going to go get into Oklahoma probably tomorrow. Brandon Kopic as well. So we've got a lot of storm chasers going to diverge or converge into parts of Oklahoma tomorrow, and then start trying to spread east, and then probably back west as we go to Saturday. So they're going to be very busy people. If you want a great weather app, I'm telling you. Radar Omega is what to get because you can see some of these. Like Brad Arnold's feed here. A lot of times they'll have some. You can see like Corey here. You can see what they're seeing. You can follow along where they're doing. You can follow. They have this mounted on the front of their car. You can see what's going on, and even see a tornado sometimes. With some of these, it's all on Radar Omega. I believe it's $9.99 a month through the app stores out there, so it's a great tool to have. All right, let's get into future radar here. All right, I'm going to take you through the HRRR first. This is the 00Z. You see these embedded, pretty heavy rain showers coming through parts of southeastern Missouri or southwestern Missouri, that is, Joplin, Springfield, or so. We're towards Kansas as well. Spotty rain showers through parts of northern Oklahoma. But as we go throughout the night, as that low level jet really kicks in, you can see these heavier bursts of rain really come into parts of northwestern Arkansas, into southern Missouri, even all the way up to parts of Kansas, into Nebraska even. This is 7 o'clock in the morning. There's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11, 12. Here's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, still socked in with a lot of heavy rain across parts of Kansas in through Oklahoma, or into parts of Missouri, into northern Arkansas, and basically going to be socked in for most of the day. And then the severe weather threat really doesn't, according to this, doesn't really kick off until tomorrow, late tomorrow night, across western western Texas, finally getting into parts of Oklahoma here as we go to 4 a.m. on Friday morning. Big squall line of storms. This would be probably some embedded tornadoes in with it, plus some very damaging straight line winds. Then this heads its way over towards Arkansas as we get into uh, Friday morning, I believe. Friday morning, and then very heavy rain up here towards Iowa into northern Missouri. Just that warm front's going to start heading its way up that way. Very rainy, soggy day through parts of Arkansas with some severe weather through there. Okay, so this only goes through 7 o'clock on Friday. All right, let's take a look at this is just one model. Like I said, let's take a look at the NAM and see what that shows. All right, this is a 00Z NAM. It's just about halfway out right now. So as we go to 2 a.m., we start getting some storms starting to develop around, into Oklahoma. And then this starts really ramping up as we get towards sunrise, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And then very heavy rain across northeastern parts of Oklahoma into parts of Kansas. You can see a little bit of difference here as the HRRR is a little bit further northeast with this band, and then HRRR is basically, or I'm sorry, the NAM is basically where the Weather Prediction Center was forecasting this heavier rain for tonight into tomorrow morning. This heavier rain band really sets up shop early tomorrow afternoon across northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, as we go throughout most of the day, and then into the afternoon. Another big band of heavier rain coming in tomorrow evening across southern Missouri to northern Arkansas, and then that's it. So then, as we get towards early Friday morning, you see the storms starting to develop out here towards Texas. Okay, western Texas. Now let's go back to ATZ so I can show you what kind of it's depicting. Okay, so this is 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday. You can see the storms really starting to fire up across parts of Texas into parts of Oklahoma, and then getting into parts of eastern Oklahoma into around the Dallas area, 7 o'clock on Friday. And that kind of dies out with more severe storms trying to develop as we go into late Friday, into Friday afternoon, into Friday night, that is, across parts of Arkansas into Missouri. Like I said, this only goes until late Friday night. Okay, so this is just usually short range models are not very good after about 24 to 36 hours, but kind of gives a good depiction of what's going to happen tonight across the Ozarks with that heavier rain swath basically lasting most of the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. And then the severe weather threat starts ramping up tomorrow night, late tomorrow evening, tomorrow night across Kansas in through Oklahoma. Okay, and then lasting into Friday morning. Then starting to blast east. Alrighty, so that was a lot, I know, but got to get you prepared over the next few days. We'll have these lives nightly going over the radar, future radar, and the latest threats nightly. And then stay with us on our Facebook page as well on with the ongoing updates from the Storm Prediction Center and the latest on any flood watches possible, flood warnings, and how much rain we're expecting. Because I do expect it could shift a little bit over the next few days. All right, stay safe out there, stay weather aware, and we will keep you updated